Hello everyone, my name is Faisal Ahmed and I head up AKW Consultants in UAE. Today I'm here to talk about a subject which is of utmost importance to the United Arab Emirates and to the global financial system. Anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism, AML-CFT. UAE has undergone a series of steps that they have taken, significant steps in the last 5-6 years in combating the risks associated with AML-CFT and proliferation financing. And today we will do a recap on what has the journey been so far since 2017-2018 up until now. What are the recent developments in 2024 and what is next? What is the plan that the country has for AML-CFT compliance? The journey began in 2017 with the national risk assessment that was done at a country level. In 2018, Federal Decree Law number 20 was released. The AML regulations were laid down in this particular Federal Decree Law. The Cabinet Decision number 10 was taken in 2019. In the first quarter of 2021, GoAML platform was made live for financial institutions and designated non-financial businesses and professions to register and to meet the reporting requirements. This is a recap. This is what took place, what led and set up the stage for the businesses here, the financial institutions and the DNFBPs to comply with AML regulations. The country has taken significant steps since 2021 up until now in terms of strengthening the policies and procedures to make significant awareness in the market about AML-CFT, what are the requirements, streamlining the processes, enhancing the controls, and proactively engaging with the industry participants. So public and private sector dialogue was increased. There was collaboration between public and private sector to ensure that we meet the requirements of the UAE AML-CFT regulations as well as the international best practices. Now, after taking these steps in the last 5-6 years, what is the result? What happened in 2024? On 23rd of February 2024, in a meeting, the FATF meeting which was held in Paris, it was decided to delist UAE from the grey list. And it means that UAE was taken off the grey list because of the substantial progress made by the country in addressing the strategic deficiencies in AML-CFT procedures. This was a significant milestone which was achieved by the country at the beginning of this year. What it led to, it's not the end of the journey, it's another start. The country has made it very clear to the global, to the world that we will not tolerate any money laundering and terrorist financing activities. We will take a very hard stand on proliferation financing risks. And as a result of which, a number of developments took place in 2024. To start with, the middle of this year, on 8th of July, the Cabinet resolution on AML-CFT violations and penalties was released. There are three subsequent steps, three subsequent things that took place after this Cabinet resolution. On 2nd of August, Central Bank fined a lender, one of the banks operating in the country, $1.6 million, equating to almost around 5.8 million dirhams because of deficiency in AML policies and procedures. On 8th of August, UAE suspended licenses of 32 gold refineries, gold sector being a high-risk sector. The suspension was done for 3 months period from 24th of July until 24th of October for 256 AML violations. On 24th of September this year, UAE announced the enforcement actions of 2023 taken by the government. What does that mean? It listed, basically UAE confirmed that it imposed fines in excess of almost AED 256 million last year. The assets were seized to the extent of 2.35 billion dirhams in 2023. If we look at the steps taken on the financial institutions and the DNFBPs, UAE Central Bank conducted 119 field visits last year and imposed a fine of 113 million dirhams for violations on AML CFT. If I look at the statistics from Ministry of Economy, they conducted 3,371 field inspections in 2023, and a total of 101 million dirhams of fine were imposed on companies which were not or which had violations on policies and procedures. If you look at the awareness, suspicious activity reports, in 2021, only 223 reports were filed by the gold sector, if I talk about the highest risk sector. In 2023, a total of 6,432 suspicious activity reports were filed. It's a 20 times jump in 2 years' time. What does all this mean? What does all this say? It clearly demonstrates, it shows that UAE has taken a decision to go with zero tolerance on money laundering and terrorist financing. There are significant efforts being made in terms of regulations, in terms of developments in laws and procedures, inspections and field visits, imposing of significant penalties, suspensions, so that we improve and enhance our anti-money laundering, counter financing of terrorism, and counter proliferation financing controls in the country. So what next? These developments took place in this year. So what next? If I look at 29th of July 2024, it was announced there was an amendment made to the AML law. The Federal Decree Law number 20 of 2018 was replaced by Federal Decree Law number 7 of 2024. There are a number of changes and amendments which have taken place, and it is important for businesses to understand these changes, to implement these changes, to adopt and adapt to these AML changes that have taken place. I will not cover all the changes in this video, but we'll do a subsequent video covering what are the changes to the law that has taken place in 2024. Another significant step which was taken in September this year was the UAE Cabinet approved 2024 to 2027 National Strategy for AML CFT. This is very important. So the country has decided to take steps in the next 3 years, 2024 to 2027. There were 11 strategic goals which were set up, and these strategic goals will need to be met by the businesses who fall under the purview of anti-money laundering and counter financing of terrorism. I have provided links to the metrics that I quoted in this video below. You can read more about this. If you have questions, you need support with assisting you in meeting the requirements, understanding the requirements on AML CFT, feel free to contact AKW Consultants and we will help you in this space.